cars. The last car race of the season was about to begin. The winner would take home the biggest prize in racing, the Piston Cup. When the hotshot racer, Lightning McQueen, rolled onto the ring, the crowd roared. McQueen could be the first rookie to ever to win the Piston Cup. Nothing mattered to Lightning McQueen except winning. But first, McQueen had to beat the king, the legendary racer, who was retiring after this race. It's also known as Strip Weathers. And just as tough to beat was Chick Hicks, a racer who didn't mind playing dirty. The cars lined up at the starting line. The flag waved and they were off. McQueen did some fancy driving, but it was a close race. To save time, McQueen told his crew not to put on fresh tires when he pulled in for a pit stop. The risky move backfired. Kablam! Kablam! McQueen's rear tires blew out. On the last lap, the Keenan chick cut off just as McQueen tried to edge across the finish line. The race was too close to call. While the judges looked at the instant replay, McQueen told the reporters, "I'm a one-man show." Hearing this, his assaulted pit crew quit. The king tried to offer McQueen some advice. "You ain't gonna win unless you got yourself good folks behind you." But McQueen wasn't listening. The judges announced that the race was a three-way tie. McQueen, the king, and Chick would have a tie-breaking race. He said California in 1 week. McQueen wanted to be the first car to reach California. "We're driving all night," he told Mac, the loyal driver that pulled the trailer. And McQueen rode in, but Mac was sleeping. When some road breakers caused him to swerve, a sleeping McQueen rolled out of the back of the trailer. Beep! A horn blared, waking McQueen. The confused race car spun and off the interstate looking for Mac and found himself in an old highway 60 east. Police lights flashed behind him. A scared McQueen raced away, accidentally tearing up the main street of a small town. The next morning, McQueen awoke in an impound boot. "Morning, Sleeping Beauty," said a rusty tow truck. "My name's Mater." "What? Where am I?" asked the very confused McQueen. "You're in Radiator Springs," Mater said proudly. "The cutest little town in Carburetor Canyon. Carburetor County." It wasn't long before a sheriff arrived. McQueen was due in traffic court. McQueen didn't think much of the rundown town, and the crowd gathered in the courthouse didn't think much of McQueen, especially the judge, Doc Hudson. A sleek blue car named Sally was the town attorney. She thought McQueen should fix the road because their town couldn't afford to lose any more business. So Doc ordered a race car to fix the road before he could leave. "You gotta be kidding me," McQueen explained. "The rookie wanted to be in California, not in Radiator Springs." But he didn't have a choice. Before long, he was hooked up out to a big road paving machine named Bessie. McQueen was determined to get to his big race. He worked fast and was sloppy. "I'm done," McQueen declared. Doc was angry. "The deal was you fix the road, not make it worse. I'm not a bulldozer. I'm a race car," McQueen shot back. "Then why don't we just have a little race, me and you?" Doc challenged. McQueen could leave if he beat Doc, but if he lost, he'd have to do the road over. McQueen smiled. He thought the race was his ticket out of Radiator Springs. The entire town came out to watch the race. They saw the rookie skint in on a sharp turn and land in the cactus patch. Everyone was surprised, except Doc. "You drive like you fix roads," Doc called to the rookie. "Lousy." Maynard laughed as he pulled McQueen out. "I'm starting to think he knowed you was gonna crash." Lightning McQueen worked all night repaving the section of road. In the morning, the townsfolk couldn't believe their eyes. McQueen had done a great job. It looked so good, the rest of the town started fixing up their shops too. Sally wanted to thank McQueen for his hard work. She invited him to stay in one of the rooms in her motel instead of at the impound lot. That night, Maynard said to McQueen, "I know something we could do," he said, but he and McQueen sneaked to a field and went tractor tipping. Maynard crept quietly toward the tractor and honked his horn. The tractor slowly fell over. Then it was McQueen's turn. He revved his engine. Vroom! And the whole field of tractors fell over. McQueen couldn't believe he was actually having fun. And even though an angry harvester chased him away, the pair had a good laugh and made her declare McQueen his new best friend. The next day, Sally invited McQueen for a drive. "Don't you big city race cars ever just take a drive?" she asked him. No, we don't," the surprised McQueen answered. But he followed Sally through the beautiful countryside. Was stopped overlooking a huge valley. Sally told him that before the interstate bypassed the town, Highway 66 had been the main road. Back then, cars didn't drive on it to make a great time. They drove on it to have a great time. But McQueen got another surprise that day. He learned that Doc was really a legendary race car called the Hudson Hornet, who had won 3 piston cups. Doc had been injured in a car wreck. He recovered, but when he returned to the racing world had forgotten about him. Doc had been replaced by a hotshot rookie, just like Lightning McQueen. "Just finish that road and get out of here," Doc told McQueen. He didn't want to have anything to do with the race car. Once again, McQueen worked all nights to finish the road, but getting into a race in California wasn't so important anymore. Instead, he decided to help his new friends. McQueen became the best customer the town had seen in a long time. By the end of the day, he looked like a different car. That night, when the shops turned on the newly repaired neon lights, Radiator Springs looked like a different town. McQueen had never been happier. He looked at Sally, wanting to tell her how he felt. Suddenly, Mac arrived. The swarm of reporters. They had been looking for Lightning McQueen. Before he knew it, McQueen was being whisked away to California. He didn't even get to say goodbye to his new friends. The townsfolk were sad. They turned off their neon lights, and the town was quiet again. Doc stood alone in the center of town. Maybe calling the press wasn't such a good idea. It was finally the day of a big tie-breaking race. The Keen and Chink. But McQueen didn't care if he won or lost until he heard a voice in his radio. "You can win the race with your eyes shut," said Doc. The crowd couldn't believe it. The famous Hudson Hornet was Lightning McQueen's crew chief. Doc had even pulled a crew together from Radiator Springs. McQueen poured on the speed. Who was going to win? The laps ticked by. On the last lap, Lightning McQueen was in the lead. Then he saw that Chink had caused the Keen to crash. The rookie stopped. Chink raced past to win. McQueen turned around and put the Keen across the finish line. The fans cheered for McQueen, the rookie who knew what winning really meant. In Radiator Springs, Sally was back in the mountains that overlooked into the town. And suddenly, she heard a voice. He say, "There's a rumor floating around. Some hotshot piston cup race car is setting up his big racing headquarters here." Sally smiled at Lightning McQueen. The rookie had never been happier. He had found his home and himself in Radiator Springs. The end.